What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I am going to be talking about the one and only director, Robert Rodriguez. He did movies like Spy Kids, like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like Sin City 1 and 2. So he's a pretty well-known director, right? And he was asked to direct an episode of, The Mandalorian for Star Wars for Jon Favreau. And he said yes, being a huge Star Wars fan. And after directing the episode, the most recent one, the tragedy, the one where we get to, finally have Boba Fett face off Mando and, fight all of the stormtroopers. We get to see Slave One, stuff like that. It doesn't matter if you liked the episode. Doesn't matter if you hated the episode. It happened. He did it. And it is what it is. It's out there in the universe. Now, he is getting some backlash on social media because he did an interview with Collider. And in this interview, he said some things. Now, this is why I always stress for people to do their research and, to actually look at the context of things, because if you take one sentence or, one or two sentences out of something and you don't know the context behind it can be pretty controversial. So that is exactly what's happening. So let's go over to Twitter. So there was this tweet that got put out by Star Wars Facts. And so it says, Robert Rodriguez says the script for The Mandalorian Chapter 14 only had 19 pages. So he added a lot of action. And this is them quoting him. I was like, this doesn't feel like a real script. It feels like a fan wrote this in a fever dream, hoping that it would be an episode. And they said via Collider. Now, when I first saw that, personally, since there is no context behind it, I was like, what the fuck? And so I decided to go and do a little bit of research on it. And just like other people that are in this tweet thread, and even in the quote tweets, people are either taking it out of context, or some people have actually gone and checked out the context and see that this is pretty, the way that it's presented seems kind of controversial. Like this person says, this quote seems like it's throwing shade, but I think it was slightly taken out of context. And then Tugs comes in and says it's not even slightly, it's 100% out of context. And so when you actually go over to Collider, which I have pulled up, you can see that there's this interview with him. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds where he kind of talks about it. And this is why I always say, if you're going to get a quote from someone, try to find the original interview. Not only try to find the original interview, if there is audio files, listen to them. Don't just read it, because they do have it, what he says written down, but it's completely different hearing it coming out of someone's mouth or seeing it, because when you see someone speaking, you can see their body language. You get to hear their tone of voice. You get to see it. Are they smiling when they say it, or are they doing a different type of facial expression that gives, more meaning to what it is that they are saying? Because if you just look at the dialogue for Han Solo and Princess Leia, I love you, I know. If you just see it written, it's not the same as when you actually go and you watch the scene, or you hear the tone that Han Solo has to his voice when he's looking at Leia intently and he just says, I know. And if you just read it, there's nothing romantic there. It doesn't seem like there's a deeper meaning behind it. But when you see the performance that Harrison Ford gives, it's completely different. And so that's why it's so important to, go and do your research and look into these kind of things. So I have this clip pulled up. I'm going to play it for everyone. We're going to watch it, and we are going to see exactly what he says and what he means behind it. So let's check this out.
I have to switch subjects because I thought you did a great job on Mandalorian, which just played a few days ago. What I'm curious about is, did you have a lot of deleted scenes when you shot that? Because there is no set runtime that they have to release. So, how does it work in the editing room?
No, I mean, the script was really short. The script was much shorter than the episode. The script was like 19 pages. So that suggests 19 minutes. So I added a lot of action to just, in fact, I even asked John and said, is it okay that my script's only 19 pages? Is it okay there? Because I cut really fast, and it's probably going to end up being 16 minutes.
Right.
Do we need to add more pages? And he goes, no, that's what you're here for. You need to fill it out. So I thought, okay, I'll try and make that battle longer. So that's where a lot of that extra battle came from. It was just trying to not, because I knew my tendency is to cut things pretty tight. So I thought, if I have a 100-page script, it's a 90-minute movie. So I had a 19-page script. I thought, whoa, I'm going to run out of things. So I had a lot of action.
So just right off the bat, he doesn't seem like he's being negative. There's no, malicious intent behind it, or there's no shade being thrown. He's just matter of fact. He's like, oh yeah, the way that he's, obviously he's been doing this for a long time. He knows what the fuck he's doing, what he's talking about. So when he says he gets a script and it's 19 minutes long, or it's 19 pages long, that's going to be a 19-minute show or even shorter. And, Jon Favreau's like, no, it's fine. That's why I hired you, because I know what you're capable of. I know what you do. And I think you're the perfect person to do this episode. And so, that's what happened. We haven't gotten to the real controversial part yet. So sit back, because there is more to it.
What did it mean to you? Because you got to be the one who introduces the Slave One to the series. What did it mean to be bringing back Boba Fett and Slave One? Because obviously you must have grown up with all this.
Oh, but that was my 12-year-old dream. Like when I was 12 is when Empire Strikes Back came out, and I was a huge Boba Fett fan, because they would tease him out before the movie came out. You already knew who was going to be a character to watch before the marketing was really great, like this character Boba Fett. And so when you saw the movie, you couldn't wait to see him. So he captured your imagination before the movie came out. That's all we were talking about at school. I still remember that, how mysterious that character was. And you got a little taste of him, but you were waiting to see more. So yeah, when I saw the script, John sent me the script, and it said, Boba Fett and Dark Troopers and Mando and Fennec, and I was just like, this doesn't even feel like a real script. It feels like a fan wrote this in a fever dream, hoping that this would be an episode. And yet this was the script. It had all the good stuff in it. It was like a greatest hits of all the cool stuff. I couldn't believe I got that gift to go play in Star Wars with all the toys, and to get to play with Boba Fett as one of your main ones. I just thought I got to go in there and just have him be, I don't know if he's going to show up in any more episodes or what. So I got to just make him super badass in this moment, be that character that I imagined him being when I first heard about him when I was 12. That was my mission, just to go satisfy that 12-year-old fascination with the character.
See, just like that, there's no malicious intent. There was, no shade being thrown. It was just genuine from the heart that he's just excited to work on this. And that, yeah, it's like every Star Wars fan's dream to get to work on, Star Wars and get to work with, your favorite character. I know if I was offered, the position of directing or writing or doing anything with Darth Vader, because he's my favorite Star Wars character, I'd, be like him. I'd be like, yay, oh my God. And then, just probably losing my shit and being like, you do realize I'm not qualified to do this, really. But technically by Disney standards, anyone is qualified. So actually I'm overqualified to do it by the way that Disney runs things and hires things. But so just looking at this, it's so like, why would you do this? Why would you present it like that to start drama when it's really just somebody just genuinely joyful and grateful that they were able to work on this and work with one of their favorite characters since they were a kid. And it's like a kid in a candy store. It's like me when I do my P.O. box opening and I have like a ton of chocolate. That it's just pure joy and happiness. And it's, again, you can like Mando, you can love it, you can think it's the best thing in the world. You can hate Mando and you just be like, wow, this show's mediocre garbage. But I mean, at least, every one of us can look at this and see the people behind it care. Someone like this, Robert Rodriguez genuinely cares. He's genuinely happy and excited to be working on this thing. And his goal was to make something that he, thought would be cool, that would justify, or be justifiable for Boba Fett's character. And like he said, he doesn't know if this is going to be the only episode that Boba Fett's in. So he wanted to make him as badass as possible in this episode. So which is completely different than someone like Kathleen Kennedy or Rian Johnson, where Rian Johnson said, oh yeah, I purposely want to piss off fans. I don't think that there's any valid criticism against my movies. It's like night and day. Somebody that actually cares, that is trying. Again, we're all human. Nothing's going to be perfect. But, you know, there's a difference between somebody that's trying and trying to do the best job that they can do as compared to somebody that just is trying to do a job just to say fuck you and to piss people off. So seeing this and seeing the interview, doing the research and seeing the context behind it, it's like, this is kind of a shady tweet, but watching this, it brought joy to my heart because I'm like, oh, it's been years of people just saying, fuck you if you don't like our movies, you're a misogynistic man baby that lives in their mother's basement. And I'm like, do I look like a misogynistic man baby because I didn't like your movies and I thought what you did to Luke Skywalker was unfucking forgivable? And so it's a nice turn of events to see people that actually care. Even if I don't necessarily like the things that they are doing, even if I don't necessarily agree with the things that they're doing, at least they care and they're trying, which you can't say about everyone that's working on Star Wars. So I just wanted to, you know, talk about this for a little bit, give my 2 cents on it, show the actual context, because this seems to be causing a lot of heated debates on the internet, on Twitter, and in, you know, my own personal friend sphere. So I just wanted to talk about it and to bring light to the situation. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. And until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really gonna need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's the Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.